Hello everybody, welcome to Mountain Living Do It Yourself, and I'm Jim, and today I'm going to be re-seasoning my cigar humidor. Seems like a kind of an odd thing to be posting on a video for Do It Yourself Mountain Living, but I've been smoking cigars for a while. I'm definitely a 4 or 5 cigars a week kind of guy. I like to work real hard throughout the day and enjoy a cigar with a bourbon or a rum at nighttime. Sometimes I'll smoke a cigar when I'm working throughout the day. At any rate, I love cigars, and I've got a humidor, as you can see right behind me here, and I'm going to be re-seasoning it because for some reason I cannot keep the humidity level high enough inside the humidor. The humidity level should be between 68 and 72% inside. And I'll show you in a minute, I'm fighting to keep it at 50%. My hydrometer is showing me that my humidity levels are way underneath what they should be. So today I'm going to be re-seasoning my humidor, and I'm going to be using a technique that I found online. Just did a little bit of research. I found the one that looks like it's going to work best for me. And so that's the one I'm going to use, and I'll take you along for the journey, and we'll see the results and see if it works. So this is my humidor. I really love this humidor. I got it as a gift from my wife. Man, I don't know, 10, 12 years ago, something like that. We were on vacation in Southern Florida, and she found this, and I really like it because it's made out of material that's not wood. The reason I like that it's not a wooden humidor, it's not constructed out of wood on the outside especially, is because wood expands and contracts, and a lot of times can develop leaks along the seam where the lid connects with the box, also where the hinges connect. And this is not wooden. This is I don't know, I guess that's plastic, some sort of acrylic, I don't know, some sort of like that. And I like that about the humidor. Of course, on the inside, it's got all the wood that you would expect in a humidor, and we'll get to that in just a second. I also love this humidor because it's got that Central American, Latin American kind of look to it. To me, it just looks like it came from a place where they grow tobacco seed and roll handmade cigars. And so it's got everything that I'm looking for in a humidor. On the inside, you can see it's made for 50 cigars, I believe. It's a 50 cigar humidor, and it's got the original hydrometer, which I'm not sure works correctly. So I've got a digital one that we'll take a look at in a second. It's got 2 spaces, one on the top where you can keep some everyday smokes if you want, and then one on the bottom where you can keep more cigars if you like. And that's the way this humidor is set up. So here's what's wrong with this. As I said before, the humidity inside the humidor is supposed to be kept at between 68 and 72% humidity, and that keeps your cigars nice and moist, and makes for a good smoke when you pull them out. And so when you open mine up and you look at the digital hydrometer that I keep inside there, you can see I'm at 46% right now, and that's obviously not acceptable. So what I'm thinking is that this thing has dried out and needs to be re-seasoned. And so all you need is some distilled water, a new sponge, and a plastic bag to keep your cigars. So let's get started. The first thing that you want to do is you want to take out your hydration devices, which I've got 2 here. You also want to take out the humidity device, whatever you're using. You can see that I've got a cigar humidifier that I keep full with the proper liquid, and it's got those little crystals inside that you keep moist. So this is what I've been using to keep this thing hydrated. I don't know, it may be time to replace these. I've been using these probably for a little over a year now. We'll see how that goes. So that's the first thing you want to do. The second thing you want to do is you want to take a Ziploc bag, and you want to take all of your cigars out of the humidor and keep them in a Ziploc bag while you're re-seasoning the humidor. So we'll grab all these. And zip that up, and that should keep those cigars fresh while you're working on the humidor. Okay, finally, you want to take a brand new sponge and you want to put some distilled water on it. Let's see how I can do this here. Get the distilled water all through it, and you want to just wipe down the surfaces of the inside of your humidor. You don't want to get soaking wet, just want to wipe it down. You don't want to oversaturate the walls. Just want to get some moisture on all the surfaces. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Okay, and after everything is wiped down, I'm going to put everything back together. Put your hydration devices back in. Close the lid. Does that work? It's over here. After you've closed the lid on it, after you've wiped out the inside of it and dampened all of the walls, the lid, and the floor of the humidor, you put the hydration devices back in, the hydrometer back in, then you close the lid and wait for an hour or two, and then reach and check to see if your humidity levels have come up. I'm told it'll take an hour or so, so I'm gonna sign off and we'll come back in a couple of hours and we'll see how this thing works. Okay, it's been about an hour, as you can tell from the clock behind me, and I am going to check the humidor to see how this technique worked. Once again, my humidor was not holding humidity, and I needed to re-season it. So I took everything out of it, and then I wiped down all the surfaces with distilled water and a clean sponge. It's been an hour, and now I'm gonna flip this thing around, and we're gonna see how we did. All right, here we go. Let's see here. So you can see it says 71% humidity, which is right where I want it to be. So I'm going to recharge my humidification devices. And the way you do that is take the lids off, and you use something like this propylene glycol solution to keep these full. As you can see, I normally do keep them pretty full. So I'm going to put those back in the humidor. That. Grab my cigars. Take my cigars and put them back in here. Like this. I'm gonna put my Rocky Patels in the bottom like I normally do. Everyday smokes on top. Close the lid. And that's it. Mountain living, do it yourself. Got to keep your humidor charged up and humidified properly so that your cigars taste and smoke exactly as they should. That's it for today. Until next time, I'm going to take this out and smoke it right now. Until next time, you guys take care of yourselves and each other.